we're somewhere in West Bengal. Mm. The main road is blocked. I think there must have been some giant accident. I couldn't even see it. So far was the traffic jam. So I'm gonna take you through the back roads. Please excuse the sound quality. I lost the foam thingy on my microphone. But yeah, this is what West Bengal looks like. All those small rickshaws you see here, for example, are electric. From what I understand, here's a pretty big mix of Muslims and Hindus living next to each other. I even drove past a liquor store just now. Which, of course, you normally don't find in Muslim neighborhoods, or how to say that? If it's a Muslim town, Muslim area, they're not even in the towns, right? They're like outside, like a kilometer away or whatever. I might have just stayed in the traffic jam, maybe, huh? I'm actually also looking for an ATM since I am out of cash. Let's try this one for size. Oh no, that's not good. Traffic can be a hassle. No. And some neighborhoods, there's no. Take it upon themselves to sort of manage traffic by blocking roads if the traffic's getting too bad. Sure, go ahead. So I think Google Maps is about to give up. Let me check. Because I don't want to turn around and go to that traffic jam. But maybe there's just no other road leading back to the main road, huh? At least that's what it looks like. Can I go all around? Yeah, we can go around. No stress. And now you'll see the amazing aspect that both lanes after the train crossing are blocked, right? So what I'm doing, I'm on the wrong side of the road, and so are all the other people, and the same happens on the other side of the crossing. So now nobody can really go. I mean, this one is okay because there was like a two traffic policemen, as you can see, but still, genius system. I mean, I did the same, so it's not the system, it's the people, and I'm one of them. Don't forget that. Yeah, I think this area is quite poor. We're very close to the Bangladesh border. Even in the larger towns I've driven through yesterday, day before, it still looks everywhere except like here. There's not a lot of. Like normally in the bigger towns you have fancy houses, but around here, not really. Oh yeah, there's the train tracks, right. This is why there is no other roads going back to the main road, because train crossings are rare and far between here. And there's not really a lot of like over or underpasses, but I'm gonna drive right over you if you don't watch out. And that means that all the train crossings actually like block traffic, and they need to be properly signaled, and somebody needs to be there and look out. Otherwise, there's gonna be some cows on the tracks or whatever, or some dudes with a motorcycle. So there's not so many of them. Since I guess underpasses, overpasses, whatever, are very expensive to build. And the trains here are big and heavy and long. Like the hotel I was staying in yesterday, I guess it was like a good 200 meters, 300 meters away from the train tracks. And still, like when the train passed, the whole building was shaking with every wagon passing. So this underpass is not going to be like some cheap construction thingy. And overpasses, well, yeah, then you have the problem with all the trucks and lorries, right? So they need to be. Oh, there's one. Perhaps we'll take the next one. It need to be really sturdy as well because there's all these giant Tata trucks. Roads here are also quite bad compared to most of the other states I've been driving through the last couple of weeks. Like also the main roads, the highways. All right, let's see what we get here. kids everywhere. I don't know if they're too young to school or too poor for school or whatever. Oh, look, there is an underpass. Nice. Yeah, so this is where bicycles are actually come in handy. I've seen many Indians, they just carry them across the tracks whenever they need them, right? Wherever they want to cross. I really, really hope that when I get back to the main road, it will be after the traffic jam, because the traffic jam was in both directions, right? So I don't even know what kind of accident that must have been, because the road I was on was like the main national highway, like a four-lane, six-lane highway, right? With the concrete barriers in the middle. So whatever happened must have taken out all four lanes, including the concrete barrier. So I don't know. But yeah, the traffic jam was so long, I turned off from the highway before I could see what was going on. Bananas. Water. Dude. There's not a lot of traffic here. And obviously with the traffic going down, right, so does the adherence to the rules. Nice, the shower, bathing, pond, great. I'm guessing many of those places don't have running water. Right, so if there's no traffic, nobody's following any rules anymore at any time. Just like imagine if you're on some empty mountain road and there's no traffic on either side, you don't always stay in your lane, right? You take the curves the way that is most comfortable for you. And we're getting back to the main road, and traffic seems to be good, which is nice. I don't know if I saved any time by going that way, but Google Maps is something like 20 minutes, and at least you saw a West Bengal village. Yeah, so this is the highway, right? So imagine what kind of accident happened that blocked this highway in both directions. I'm not sure, and I'm glad that it happened before I arrived. I'll take you along for another 5 minutes. Maybe there is an ATM coming up and you'll see what the highway traffic normally looks like. They have all these barrier posts here whenever there's like an intersection, so that people, trucks, buses mostly, have to slow down, which is of course super annoying. But if you don't have dedicated highways where the intersections are managed with on and off ramps, I guess, otherwise the bus drivers will just go through with 100 kilometers an hour, and that's not good for the people of the town, right? Because imagine you're in love with somebody who lives on the other side of the highway, and every time you cross it, you're like, the chance that you're getting run over is big. but of course it makes traffic a lot slower, and all the trucks have to brake and have to accelerate again, so there's a lot more pollution, a lot more food, wrong side, a lot more smog. So I don't know. Apart from that, highway is good for most part. Lots of gas stations. You can see the pavement right now. It's okay. And while I do think these new, small, thin electric rickshaws are great, they are really slow, which also has obviously advantages and disadvantages, when rickshaw drivers can be a pain in the ass, and they're really nice and narrow, not take up too much space, good for overtaking on a motorcycle. But man, if there's like 5-6 people sitting in there, and I don't know, maybe the battery is low, whatever, they're like crawling. But it seems to be the law here, right? It's not like the drivers are here. Those are the barriers that I mean, and you have them everywhere. In the last couple of days, or in some places, you have the police guy who acting like a traffic signal. Not always easy to see. Yeah, so the petrol rickshaws are not. There is none here. Like in Kolkata, you have loads. There's like a mix. But here outside, there in West Bengal, I haven't seen one. So I think it must have been a law to change them, which is good, obviously, for the noise and for the people living here, etc., etc. But they still have these cargo tuk-tuks, these cargo rickshaws to transport stuff, like three-wheeled motorcycles with like a loading bay in the back. And man, those are, I guess, like mostly some home-built vehicles, and they give out like the biggest plumes of heavy black smoke, especially when they're fully loaded. So there's still some way to go. See, this is, I don't know, feels a bit dangerous. And there should be my ATM here. I hope. Let's check. There's no ATM here. I don't know. If I was like a bank, I'd make sure that all my locations are on Google Maps, Hey, is there HDFC ATM? Next side. Okay, thank you. Ah, there it is. So they have just not updated the location, they have moved. Alright. Let's park here. Yeah, people here are friendly, but they're really not used to foreigners. I mean, in Kolkata, nobody gives a shit, but out here, it's really like, whoa, what is this guy doing here? Alright, that's it. I hope you enjoy that.